Fish tank people, it's Eric. Been doing a lot of videos the last couple of days, but I'm having some cool stuff happening. So, fish got. Oh dang, dude, check it out. My pistos have fry again, and they are beating the crap out of my bristlenose. He's getting too close to there. Watch. He better move it, man. He's got to go to a different side of the tank, otherwise he's gonna get. Watch her, here she goes. She don't mess around, dude. Anyways, okay, if they start fighting again, I'll show you. What I want to talk about real quick is I'm having an algae problem in this tank, and I wanted to kind of go over what causes algae and what you can do to kind of prevent it and also fight it. So, I mean, there's a few different things that cause algae. The big one is most likely, and this is probably the most common way people get algae, is to have too much light in your tank. This is probably the #1 cause of algae for beginners in the hobby, because, you know, everybody wants to see their fish and see their tanks and leave the lights on as long as they can. But, you know, we all know it's not a good thing to do. So you want to have a photo period of like 8 to 10 hours, ideally. Less if you've got highlighting like I do. Also, excess nutrients in the tank will cause algae. If your plants can't outgrow the algae, then you're going to get excess nutrients. And I think that's what's going on in my tank. You know, there's some other stuff too, like having unstable water parameters like pH and fluctuating CO2 levels. All that'll help algae grow, because algae can adapt faster than plants can. So, yeah, I mean, those are 3 of the big ones. There's probably some other ones I'm missing. If I am, somebody can correct me. But some ways you can fight it. There's really, I'm gonna say 3 ways to fight algae. The first one is to get some kind of algae-eating fish, like Picostomus, like these guys here. Bristlenose do pretty good at eating certain kinds of algae. Laticulus catfish do good at eating algae. But even so, they're not the best at getting rid of algae. They'll only do a mediocre job. They're not going to get rid of everything. Siamese algae eaters also eat certain types of algae too, that other fish won't. What else? There's another thing is you can reduce the photo period. Like I said earlier, you want it to be 8 to 10 hours ideally. But if you've got high lighting like me, I've got 2 24-watt T5 bulbs on my tank, then you only want them on for maybe 6 hours. But even so, I'm still getting algae. So what I'm doing is, to kind of fight it, is I've reduced the lighting down to like 3 or 4 hours a day, just to hopefully kind of kill off some of the algae. And I mean, it seems to be working. There's not quite as much, and the plants are still growing fine, so I'm not real worried about it. The 4th way, and there's a few different ways to do this. The 3rd way to fight algae is to get rid of the excess nutrients in your water. A lot of people on Fish Tank TV have dirted tanks. I have a dirted tank. So there's going to be a lot of nutrients going into the water, especially if you dose or if you use dry ferts. There's going to be a lot of excess nutrients, and if you don't have enough plants to use those nutrients, then you're going to get an algae growth. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening in my tank right now. It looks like I got a lot of plants, but really I've only got the 2 big swords. I got 2 Nubius, and I got 4 crypts, and I got this Ludwigia that's pretty new. But that's it. That's not really heavily planted. So the algae is outgrowing the plants, and you know, that's what's going on with that. The way you reduce nutrients, though, is first off, have a heavily planted tank if you can. The more plants, the better. So I mean, that's my next step, is just to buy more plants to fill up this corner over here. And I got a lot of room down here that I want to plant some stuff too, probably some more crypts. So that's the first thing. Also, there's plants like floating plants like duckweed and water lettuce. That'll help too. I used hornwort a while back, and it worked pretty good at clearing up my fuzz algae problem. The algae I have now is, I believe, staghorn algae, so have to look into what causes that. And you know, different problems cause different types of algae, so you gotta identify your algae too. Another way you can reduce nutrients is just keep up on your water changes. I'm doing about 30% every day until the algae goes away. Some people do more. I really don't want to do that much. I don't want to do like 50% because my pH is kind of low in this tank, and I don't want to shock my fish too much. That's really about it, guys, as far as my take on algae. I'm still learning. It's one of those things that everybody fights. Amazon sword is growing out of the tank now. But yeah, it's one of those things that everybody fights, and you know, it's a bummer when it happens, but don't freak out. It's a natural thing. There's algae in nature, so there's going to be algae in your tank. And just be patient with it. You'll get rid of it sooner or later. That's it, guys. Let me know if this helps. If I left something out, also let me know. I'm still learning, like I said. So that's it, guys. Take it easy.